Okay, let's continue. Head back into what I think is Dune. I don't know. I don't think it's Dune. I think Dune is like alien planet. They used to like do some kind of drugs things. I don't know. I've never played. I never seen or read or done anything with Dune, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. Because I got my thing put up here. I got my hourglass put up there when I gave her my ticket. And apparently I can't get to the meteorologist, which is bad because that's where I want to go. Okay. Do I gotta do this every time? Now it remembers the music is supposed to be low. Maybe not this low though. Spector, what's up? Two inspectors are standing by the train discussing something. I don't get it. Why don't you like the auction idea? We always sell empty trains at auction. This heap of scrap wouldn't even make it a few miles. It's not a train auction, it's a premeditated murder of one of our people. It needs to be taken off the tracks and scrapped. Janny has enough work as it is. She just got started on all those electronics. It'll be next year before she gets around to the train. Where would we keep it until then? Just have someone take the train and leave. They can ride around, maybe find the parts and fix it themselves. I can't believe how stubborn you are. The guard storms into the train and you hear a sharp metallic clang. Then the man comes back with something in his hand. See this? Fine, he rolls his eyes. This is the damn brake handle. Should it be here in my hands or should it be holding the train in place? Let me at least go through his stuff myself. The inspector suddenly notices you and scowls. The hell are you doing here? Get away from the train, nothing, just passing by. Nothing, just passing by. Then keep going. He hesitates for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and takes out a bag of sand. And forget everything you heard. Oh. He's gonna try to bribe me. Demand more? More. That's not enough. 2 bags. The inspector looks at you with cold rage in his eyes. Don't get greedy, brat. Take what you're offered before we change our minds. Please don't get involved. Fine, take the bag. Now get out of here and don't interfere. The inspector turns around and loses interest in you. You're supposed to sell it, right? Bag of red sand. Time runs out like sand through your fingers in this town. Literally. Inspectors. Both inspectors ignore you now. I probably could have beat them up. Could have given me 2 bags. Okay, don't need to hand it in, I guess. We have a melon seller. He's selling melons. Some of them are crushed though. This merchant is desperately trying to get your attention. His smile reminds you of late stage insanity. Hey man, hey, come over here. You got any sand? No, yeah, plenty. Oh, hear me out. Buy a melon. Sand melons. They're delicious. The name sand melon seems to describe them quite accurately. Small shriveled fruits that look like they are covered in a layer of dust. Too much dust. Oh, this is all freaking dust. No, it's melons. Delicious. Looks like no one's buying. They are scrumptious, I tell you. You think I would sell them if they weren't? As for these, pay no mind. There won't be a single one left by evening. Sure, I should get going. The merchant bores greedily into you. Well, will you buy a melon? You look at the merchant. You look the merchant over. Rumpled clothes, worn out shoes, a small bag on the ground. Whispering. Why is there a bag of sand at his feet? Warned the melon seller. You dropped something. What's that? You nod at the man's feet. He looks down mistrustfully, then pauses. Well, slap my train and call me a sand melon. How could I drop that bag? How did I miss that? Thanks, man, I almost lost it. You nod in response and walk away. You spend the next few minutes unable to shake the thought that you could have used that sand. I'm not gonna steal his sand. The fruit seller is joyfully rubbing the bag of sand in his hand. Unless it was my sand, it wasn't. Thanks. There's a freaking TV here. What the hell? Flat screen. And microwaves and shit. Woman doing laundry. A middle-aged woman is resting on the stoop of a train. A basin of laundry children's clothes sits at her feet. She stares at your train for a moment. My train. She sighs, then leans against the train door, which buckles slightly under her weight. So you're from train 42, huh? She grabs a cigarette and takes a drag. Did you know the previous operator? Jenkins? Yeah. He was my husband. Oh. She gets up heavily and starts hanging the laundry as if nothing had happened. I'm sorry. Are your hands clean? Take off your dusty gloves. pass me the clothes. She nods at the basin and the diapers inside. Her nod sends ash flying from her cigarette onto a pair of men's pants hanging on the line. Hand her a pair of children's pants. You take off your dusty gloves and pick up a pair of white children's pants. You glance at your hands for a moment. This is the first time in a long time that they have looked human. All that's left are the thin scraps stripping across your palms. They probably won't ever fade. Thin scars stripping across your palm. The woman takes the pants from you and pass her a bunch of socks. You pile a few socks from the basin together and give them to the woman. But the woman doesn't turn around to take them from you. She stands with her back to you, not speaking. I really am sorry. When I found him, there was already nothing I could do. She nods weakly a few times. Turning halfway around, she passes you a cigarette. She already has a fresh one in her mouth and lit. Decline. No, I don't. The woman literally shoves the cigarette into your mouth. Psst. You sit on her train stoop. I found a journal on his train. I guess it belongs to you now. Customs won't let me just give it to you, but I'll figure something out. He smiles. A journal. Jenkins didn't know how to write. He probably robbed or killed someone. Those aren't his things. These thoughts seem to have put her in a better mood. As she finishes her cigarette, she packs up and heads inside a train. She's in a better mood that her husband killed someone. A child's joyful laughter greets her. Great. We have water. That's good. Was that that was on my train, right? Great. A small but very strong chain is holding the crate shut. Open it with pliers. I don't have pliers right now. We have another train. So everyone has trains, which makes sense. At the world out there, I guess you can't really use cars. Prospector. Hey, are you a digger? A what? A digger. My hearing is fine. I'm asking you what that means. The man looks at you without blinking for 10 seconds or so. You're attracting suspicion again with your unnecessary questions. I'm not a local. I'm not from here. You just said at the town. The man continues to look at you without blinking. This is the only town on our continent, possibly on the whole damn planet. Where the hell are you from then, if not from here? I left for a long time, and now I'm back, but I don't remember anything. A digger is someone who digs up buildings in the desert. Do you know what the desert is, or is there no desert from where you're from either? Right, a digger. They just called them something different back in my day. Yeah, I'm a digger. I was one of the best way back when. I find that hard to believe. Need work tomorrow? I want to dig up a building on Malta Street, but I can't do it myself. Of course, what's our plan? I started digging from the top, got from the 20th to the 7th floor, what the hell? But the lower floors are hard work, the sand's packed tight and it's a pickaxe job. I want to round up a few more people, then we'll move out at sunrise. Is there anything special there, in that building? The man peers closely at you. It seems he's not sure you can be trusted. There was a gun store on the first floor of the building. How do you know? The work is all that should concern you. I'll pay you, and what's in the building is none of your business. He wants the guns. You in or no? I'll think about it. Think then. He throws his cigarette on the ground and turns away from you. Is he going to start a riot in town when he gets his hands on the weapons? No. He gets caught in a firestorm out on the road tomorrow. Great. I should get going. So have you made up your mind? Gonna do some digging? I should get going. You should not go either, but I guess you're a criminal anyway. Irritated man. I'm not buying anything. Leave. I'm not selling anything. Another inspector over there. Can't talk to him. There's a quiet woman with all sorts of plants on her. Is that my train? That is not my train, is it? Because my train is still outside. Quiet woman. The greenery on this train's roof is quite striking. By local standards, you are looking at a very well kept train. Examine the train in silence. It looks like the train has been washed recently. The metal and glass are gleaming, and the thin layer of newly settled dust just looks like an elegant decoration. Green stems sway on the roof. You see kalanchoe, hawthornia, and tons of other plants that you don't recognize. I'm sorry, did you need something? I wanted to ask, do you know how I can get into the upper district? I heard the meteorologist lives there. You can only get in once you retire, and I think you still have a while before that happens. I do too. How do I get in there now, today? The woman shrugs silently and looks towards the way out of town. Running your eyes over the locomotive, you notice an old trailer with dried up branches sticking out of the leaky roof. Oh, this thing. Take a closer look. The longer you look at the trailer, the more you shiver. Chills run up and down your spine like something icy touched the spot between your shoulder blades. Ask the woman about the trailer. Aren't you afraid your old trailer might fall right off? The woman continues to look towards the way out. Yes, that trailer is quite old. If it falls off, it falls off. The corners of the woman's mouth turn up and she shakes her head. Ask her what she does. What do you do? It's as though the woman doesn't hear your question. She just stares silently, watching. Just when you think she's not going to answer, she starts to speak. I am making it through life, day by day. I mean the plants. Oh, the plants. I used to enjoy nurturing life. Used to, so you don't anymore. The woman looks at the old trailer and stiffens for a split second. You see all the muscles on her face tense, but in an instant the illusion passes. Ask what's in the trailer. What's inside? Things, old things, ancient things, toys. Oh, I'm guessing a kid or something was used to live there. Why are you carrying them around? I thought it was better to travel light in the desert. I don't know. I'd rather keep them with me. The woman frowns but doesn't tell you to leave yet. Ask about the meteorologist. Do you know anything about the meteorologist? He tells us when storms are coming. Is that it? Do you know anything else? The woman turns her head to look at you straight in the eye. You can't read her expression. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks. I'll leave. You turn to leave but suddenly feel something crawling across your neck. What the hell? Wow, an oil eater. Oh yeah. It seems that the oil bug in your pocket is finally trying to escape. Flick it off or swat it. Swat it. You put your hand over your neck. Stop. Huh? Leave it with me. Okay. He walks over and opens the door of a train, picks something up and then returns to you. Here. He's holding two old dusty bags of sand in her open hand. 2 bags for this gross little bug? Is she insane? You won't hear me complaining. Give her the bug. You carefully remove the bug from your neck and pass it to the woman. She gives you the 2 bags of sand. Thanks. The woman nods gently to you and then turns her attention to the bug. The train's operator watches the bug crawl over the plants. Okay, she wanted a kid, I guess, or something. I don't know. That's a child. Great. Crowbar parts, mushroom tools. I mean, with enough tools, I can probably make something now. Like another little market here. We got a seller, generic seller. Get out of here, outsider. Racist, generic seller. I see. Well, not racist. I guess he's just xenophobic. Isn't that what it is called? The fear of outsiders, aliens. Got a guard here. He doesn't care about me. Oh, finally. The man's sleeve bears the letter CS next to an hourglass symbol. And you keep looking at the letter CS, trying to think of what it might stand for. Customs service. From the customs service. I just finished going over your stuff in here. But this is my train. You need to sell everything that belonged to Jenkins before your time in town is up. Anything you don't sell will be confiscated when you leave. Yeah, they warned me already. And that, he points at Roderick's cage. That's mine. Can I see the tag? He leans closer. Why would I put a tag on my own things? An item with no tag belongs to no one. If it belongs to no one, then it is not yours either. Tell it. He writes something in his notebook. What the hell? I'm not selling my friend. He reaches for a radio on his belt, then looks at you questioningly. Cool it. Let's try and solve this peacefully. Fine, no problem, I'll sell. He nods and takes his hand off the radio. The customs officer tosses a folded up trading tent at your feet. Have you done this before? No. Unfolding the tent signals that you're selling goods. People will come and buy from you, and you can make what profit you can. Hand in half the sand at the entrance. He points at the woman checking tickets. Do what you want with the rest. Good luck. He walks away. Okay. Dismantle the counter. Shop counter. The trading tent is ready. Time to sell off Jenkins's junk? Not yet. Yep. Can I not have a skeleton around? Can I sell his skeleton? List of names. Need a crowbar for to open up the wooden crate. Not enough. Oh, what the hell? I need more stuff. I'll find it. I'll just have to walk around. This is a nice big area, huh? Train control panel. The train's control panel covered in levers and buttons. No need to start the train yet. This is where we need to be right now. We have a bookseller with a nice looking freaking train, bro. The sound that reaches your ears seems impossible in this desert world. Rustling pages, hundreds of pages. The table next to the woman's train is full of books with well-worn covers. Each one looks like it was taken out of an antique bookshelf. Hello, the young bookseller waves at you. Hi. Are you new to these parts? I've never seen you before. Her attentive but slightly unfocused gaze slides over you. Your paper face doesn't seem to bother her. Yeah, I'm new. Do you know everyone here? No, of course not. It's just that generally the same people bring their trains to the same station every time. Were you looking to choose a book? Pick up the blue book. Oh, what an unusual choice. Why is that? People who choose this book usually want to hide from the real world and immerse themselves in fantasy. But I don't think you're one of those people. The blue pill or the red pill type thing. You carefully open the book. The binding is loose and the pages, which are all different sizes and printed in different fonts, seem to be stuffed in at random. It only takes a moment for you to realize that you don't even know the language is written in anyways. Well, what do you think? Keep looking through the book. Why are the pages and fonts all different? I knew you were new here. The pages are different because I sewed the book together myself from various pieces. Oh, but it's hard to read like that. And from what I can tell, it's not really a coherent story. A lot of people like it. Besides, it's not easy to find an intact book in this wasteland, you know. Muttering, I thought she was a writer, but she's more like a seamstress. The bookseller has a sincere look of curiosity and politeness on her face as she watches you mumble. Can you give me a short version of what this book is about? It's the story of a man who pretends that he's changed and become the best version of himself, just so he can keep people around him, even though he's actually. I don't like that kind of thing. I'd rather look at another book. Be my guest, she gestures at the table. Pick up the red book. What's this book about? That's a curious one. It's about the history of the storms. You flip through the book. The letters swim before your eyes, not wanting to form coherent words. The different fonts and out of order page numbers don't help you understand it either. Very interesting. Have you read it? Of course, I put the pages together myself. I have a few questions about the book. You take a good look at the bookseller. She seems quite friendly. Your questions are just begging to come out. Ask about the meteorologist. I bet the meteorologist helped you with this book, right? Yeah, right. He's never even set eyes on it. Everyone in town knows that our meteorologist wouldn't even read an article, not to mention a whole book. Why is that? He's young, inexperienced, and to be honest, not all that talented. I thought he was well respected. Oh, do you mean the old meteorologist? He was better. Even I shed a few tears when he died. Did he get caught in a storm? No, he died peacefully in his sleep. If only everyone could have such an end. And don't believe what they say in town about him being killed. It's all nonsense. Ask about the storms. The storms, where do they come from? Oh, now that's a long story. Well, several stories actually. They'll tell you all kinds of stories about the storms in town, but the truth is they are fallout from an ancient war. Well, that's not exactly the truth, it's just my theory. I see. Ask about the weather controller. I've heard someone might be controlling the storms. Is that true? Nonsense. Controlling them with what? Some kind of device? But where would they get it? Do you think the old meteorologist would know something about that? Well, if anyone did, it would be him. The old meteorologist was on good terms with all sorts of mechanical things. I see. Go back to the books. You're standing next to the table of books. Show her Jenkins's journal. I have something that might interest you. The bookseller tries to look uninterested, but you see her fingers trembling as you hand her Jenkins's journal. Notes? Interesting. Yes, very interesting. Are these someone's memoirs? Wow, this is an absolute treasure trove. Have you read it? I thought it was just the old train driver's journal. Let me read some of it to you. Don't bother, I just want to sell it. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? You look appraisingly at the bookseller. She is definitely hooked. Time to collect some sand for your work. 5 bags of sand. 5. Ooh, I'd be glad to give you 5 bags of sand, but then I'd have to leave town right now, and I still have so many books to sell. Would you lower your price? 2 bags. Well, I wasn't planning on spending so much, of course, but that's a fair price. The bookseller disappears into her train, then returns with 2 bags of sand. They have yellow letters in a language you don't know embroidered on them. This is for good luck. Yeah, thanks. You should have found out what was in that journal. It might have helped us understand this world better. I thought you could help me with that. Haven't heard much useful advice from you recently, by the way. He's not saying anything. The woman licks her fingertips and flips to the journal. She likes books. We got her a new book. Angry Man. Why are you angry, man? Open suitcases are strewn around the train car. A man is washing something in a metal basin full of dark red water. Did the wife throw you out? He's washing so intently that you can hear the fabric ripping. He has an impressive large fang from some unknown animal hanging around his neck. He stops washing and shoots you a mean look. A cage around your neck. Is that some kind of new trend? You hear clear dislike in the man's voice. Let's just keep going. We don't need any more problems. Is he washing out blood? Who cares? We're just passing by. Keep going. Keep going. Maybe I should tell, hey! Suddenly you feel a powerful yank down near your neck. You look down to see the man's wet hands grabbing Roderick's cage. I had a trendy friend once, always bragging about his sand bear fang. Damn it! You grab the cage too and pull it towards you. But I taught him some manners. 1 punch, 2. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and keeps trying to pull the cage towards himself. Okay, so he killed someone and took the train, I'm guessing. The cage's hinges start making an unpleasant crunching sound. Or is that your neck? Help me, I'm being robbed. Help me. Calling for your mother to help you. Brat. He pushes you away and drops into a fighting stance. It appears a real fight is about to start. Well, he's gonna fucking die then. Strong hit. Guess what? I'm shielded, asshole. Bang. Don't matter. Strong hit again. You know what? Get stunned. Confusion. What? Where's my confusion, bro? Does he just do strong hits? You know what? Heal on use, right? So, cut him. Eat a strong hit. Healed up, which heals me. Strong hit again. Heal up again. Punch. Eat it, okay. Drain his ass. Does 2 damage. Hits me. Shield up to heal. Bang. No problem. Shield up again. No problem. And then I drain him to kill him. The man flies into the basin, which turns over with a crash, splashing its contents onto the ground. What a sick bastard. Are you okay, Etienne? Next time you are going in my pocket. Or even better, walking on your own 2 feet. Breathing hard, you carefully touch your neck. The string left an impressive welt on the back. I know it's none of our business, but we can't just let that psycho roam free. Call the guards. That's a bad idea. More attention from the guards is the last thing we need right now, don't you think? Look for rope. You look at the suitcases on the ground and notice a photograph. 2 smiling men are standing in front of a locomotive. One of them, your attacker, has his arm around the other, who looks pale and tired. His shoulder is bandaged and he has a fang pendant around his neck. Oh, he was talking about that, right? He killed him. You toss the photograph aside. Oh, there's some rope. Tie the brawler up. What? What are you doing? What's going on? He suddenly comes to and tries to stand up. The anger is gone from his voice and now he sounds scared. Nothing's going on. Everything already happened. The man spots the photo on the ground. Then his eyes move to the bloody clothes nearby. Suddenly his face changes. Henry? Oh no. Did I do this? He falls to his knees. And for what? He looks at the 2 bags of sand on the ground, which fell out of his pocket during the fight. Get these away from me. I can't look at them. Take it. You pick up the bags of sand. The man falls to the ground and starts crying. Let's go. We should leave him be. Tied up man. He got beat pretty badly. Best to leave him be. Well, we've collected a lot of sand. Got a crate right here. Ooh, stuff to make stuff. I like it. We have a surly woman, and we have some guards playing cards. Two guards are sitting at the gate, playing a strange game with stones. The guard on the left pretends not to notice you. The guard on the right isn't as good as at feigning indifference. You see him casting quick glances at you. What do you want? What are you guarding? The men look at you, not speaking. Did you get blown in here by an idiot storm, pal? The guard on the right grunts. Don't bother us. Let me through. I need to go to the upper district. Are you over age 60? No. Are you visiting your wife and newborn? No. The man looks at you silently, growling. Is there no other way in? He continues to glower at you. He clearly wants you to leave. Your turn. The other guard draws his attention away from you as he hands him 3 round stones. I'll just be on my way. Seller. Hello, seller. The woman looks at you unkindly. Okay, well. Not a very good seller, are you then? Animated old man. An old man is waving at you so furiously that it seems like his hand might fall off any second. Walk over to him. Ah, no, get out of here. What do you mean? You were calling me over. So, go on, get. Up close I can see that you only have 30 minutes of 30 minutes worth of sand. The old man waves his fist angrily. He doesn't look particularly dangerous, but he probably knows a few dirty tricks. Start rolling up your sleeves. Hey, how about we do this some other time? Fine. The old man's face turns sour when he sees you. We got off to a bad start last time, but do you think you could sand? Do you have any sand? Yeah, a whole mountain of sand. I closed the deal today. I have 2 or 3 months worth of sand now. The old man's eyes flash like a locomotive headlight. He reaches out a hand to you. You hear his swollen finger joints cracking. And what are your plans? Have you thought about getting a new train? He thumps his train, which appears to be for sale, judging by the sign. You're the one who came in on Martinez's junker, right? The old man drops his head and mutters something to himself. Listen in. So he didn't make it after all. Gave up his post too soon. Jenkins. Huh? I came in on Jenkins' junker, not Martinez's. Makes no difference to me. You're gonna buy my train or not? How about you tell me how I can get into the upper district? The old man gives you a cold, steely look. You can't be older than what, 20 something? And wearing that crazy mask. I'm 35. Well then, you're still young. Drive trains, run from storms. Give it about 30 years maybe. Then you can retire in the upper district. So how about that sand, hmm? Ready to trade in your junker for my nice lineup here? You won't find anything better. The old man looks proudly at his train, but it's hardly any different from the old one you inherited from Jenkins. How much do you want for it? 40 bags of sand. That's enough for 3 months, which is exactly how much longer I have to wait before I can retire. Oh, great. I think your price is a little high. Before the words even finish crossing your lips, some kind of wild entity seems to take over the grumpy but overall good-natured old man. Then get out of here. I have plenty of interest, a locomotive plus a little car attached. Cram! I want to buy your car. Surly woman. The woman silently waves you away. Opening in train. You can just rob from her. You're looking at a completely unremarkable train, but suddenly a loose piece of sheet metal at the back of the car catches your eyes. Instinctively, you look around and then get closer. So first you're a fraud and now you're a thief too. I haven't stolen anything yet. What do we have here? You feel around the side of the train. You're standing right by the gap between the train and the loose sheet of metal. The darkness inside is calling to you. Look inside. A flashlight would come in handy, or a lighter, or at least some matches. But you don't have any of these things. And besides, shining a light around would probably attract attention from the train's operator. Put your hand inside or leave. Just leave. Flashy train. It's a whole mansion on wheels. Seems like someone's done well. In a world where you can die any second, the brick train. Are you gonna knock or just stand there? Look around. The curtains on the windows are drawn tightly shut, but you can see the silhouette of a man watching you from inside. Knock on the door. Knock, knock. Silence. I can clearly see him watching us from the window. Why won't he open the door? He probably only talks to people he knows. We should come back later. Leave. The whole mansion on wheels. In a world we can die. Yeah, everything is the same. Well, we have a door to the junkyard here. I guess you can go there. More melons. Door to junkyard. Well then. Town junkyard. Trash can. That'll help. You guys flame. Salvage worker. Alright, they were talking about her. She started on electronics. Look at all the boxes. You see a tall woman digging around in a pile of scrap metal. She picks up something that looks like an old computer case, then rakes out the microchips and wires as if they were parasites on a ripe piece of fruit. She tosses the cleaned out computer into a pile on your left. Did you want something? Then she picks up a new one, not paying any particular attention to you. Do you need any help? She looks at the pile of scrap metal she still has to go through. For money, actually for sand. The woman smiles. I am getting paid pretty well for this. I don't want to share my earnings with anyone else. Who's paying you? Do they have more work? But maybe something a little less dusty. I'm not sure. He looks you over from head to toe. Stand up straight and puff out your chest. I don't think they'll have any use for you. But you can go ask Mr. Narino yourself. He lives in the middle of the square. Narino. Got it, thanks. He responds with a sour smile. You've got a lot of computers here. Yep. She's concentrating hard on her work. Where'd they come from? He gives you a quick glance. Jenkins bought them in a week ago. He dug up a whole warehouse full of electronics. Oh, Jenkins. Hmm? She looks at you questioningly. Was Jenkins a nice guy? Was? Oops. Oh, did I say was? I meant to say I heard he's a nice guy. No idea where you might have heard that. But definitely not in town. He's a real jerk. I hope he dies. Great. How do I get into the upper district? I'm trying to find a way into the upper district. Do you know anything that might help? I don't know anything. He smiles slightly. What's that pipe? Listening? What's that pipe on the wall? Where does it go? It's a secret. He gives you a quick glance, then continues ripping away apart the computer. To the upper district, I'm guessing? I am great at keeping secrets. So am I. She looks you in the eye for a moment longer than is comfortable. Hmm. That's what we are looking for. We can crawl through and go straight to the upper district. There's a passage there. Now we just have to figure out what to do about this sewer guardian. Yeah, I'll ask around in town. You again. The woman continues digging around in the pile of scrap metal. Sewer gate. You pull on the grate but it doesn't move. Makes sense, it will not move. But she's working for someone. If we can get her pulled away. I mean, she's probably working for this guy. So I think I've done everything I could right now. I can make whatever I want. Let's start with the crowbar. Oh, I can make more. Let's start with pliers then. A wooden crate, the kind that's easy to open with an ordinary crowbar. Open it. Successfully open the crate. Look inside. Piles of bags of red sand is just as in there. Bottle of ink. If you can find some more tools, I'll be very happy. Do you want 40 bags of sand? I mean, I have 9. Which is quite a lot. Right? Not a bad haul. Now, there was another crate somewhere. I remember seeing it. Ah, right here. Crate. A small but very strong chain is holding the crate shut. Open it with pliers. You apply force and cut through the chains. Look inside. Pieces of metal, rags, and papers. Okay, so he had nothing. The melon seller. Rubbing the sand. The inspectors will ignore me. Ignore me now. Can go back to customs. So I don't think he'll let me buy, right? I can't head outside. The only thing I can do is walk around here. Quiet woman. Just a bug. I give her a bug. Happy with the bug. Irritated man has nothing for me, right? He just told me to go away. I'm not buying anything, leave. And she is just engrossed in her new book. I beat this guy up so he doesn't have anything going on. You don't have anything going on. You are probably the guy I need to talk to right now. Is this where he lives? Mr. What was his name? Narinio. Shouting, "Hey, Mr. Narinio, come out." The door slowly opens. A middle-aged man appears on the doorstep. He looks a little too clean for these surroundings and is holding a glass of something orange. He squints at you from the doorway, apparently not trusting you enough to talk face to face. Good day. He assesses you slightly. His gaze runs quickly over your clothes, pausing at the cage around your neck. He doesn't pay any attention to your face at all. The stranger leans against the door, finished with his assessment of you. Judging by the expression on his face, you've got roughly a 4 out of 10. Nice house. He nods silently and lifts his glass slightly in your direction. I'm trying to find a way into the upper district. Aren't we all? He gestures at the square around you. I don't plan on living there. I just have to take care of one thing, that's all. That's it. One thing. What could there possibly be for you to do there? He sips from the glass. Lie. I'm looking for an old friend I lost touch with a few years ago. The man waits for you to continue. It's really important for me that I see him again. How important? He gestures for you to continue. Ooh, a man of business. I'd say about, you look in your pockets. 1 bag of sand important. His face twists. 5 bags? He gestures again for you to continue. 7 bags? The man starts nodding, but his hands don't stop moving. 9.5 bags. He waves his hand furiously. 10 bags. 10. Now you're speaking my language. I love it when a person wants something that badly. In a flash, the man transforms from a reserved aristocrat into a jolly businessman. Not a bad start to a day. Helping those in need, you might say. Ha ha ha! He steps forward and shakes your hand. I have things I can sell you. I have possessions I need to sell off. How about I give them to you and you lower your price? I'm a man of business, you see. Dealing with junk just doesn't fit my status anymore. But I'm sure you'll find buyers among all the visitors in town today. Can you tell me where I can get that much sand? In our little town, people trade sand for either goods or services, or both. You just need to find what works for you. Okay, I'll be back when I find 10 bags of sand. Good luck now. I'll be waiting for you. He bounds cheerfully up the stairs and, sipping from his glass, disappears behind the door. Yeah, I mean, I have 9. Probably sell the stuff here and probably get some more sand, right? The trading tent is ready. Time to sell off Jenkins's junk? Yep, start selling. You brush sand off the tent and notice passers-by starting to look over more frequently. What do we have to sell? Everything left in the bag. Some weird gas cylinders. You dig through Jenkins's bag. Empty. You sigh. Just put them. Put them on the counter anyway. You keep rooting around in the bag. Some rags and a cup. I doubt I'll even get 1 bag of sand for this stuff. Oh, something else. Some kind of map. Hey, I bet we can do something with that. You notice a customer approaching. Listen carefully and remember this. The man is quite clean-cut, probably from the upper district. Are you listening? Say that this map leads to something important. To treasure, or whatever. What are you selling? The man looks at the canisters, interested. Canisters. Say anything, just push the map. I have something special. Some might even call it a real treasure. The old man doesn't react. He probably hears that same story every day. I hope you don't mean these helium cylinders. He points at the cylinders on your counter. They are empty, by the way. How much will you give me for them? I can take them off your hand for free, so you don't have to take them to the scrap heap yourself. No way. Your choice, he yawns. Show him part of the map, show him the whole map. Show him part of the map. Continue. What more can I say? 10 bags of sand and the map is yours. I can't just pour out 10 bags for a map that leads to who knows where. It leads to treasure. Which treasure exactly? To tap on Roderick's cage. I'm thinking. A map to water? To a pile of sand? A pile of food, shelter. Well, the map to a water source. The old man takes a flask of water from his belt and silently takes a drink. What's that, you say? He wipes his mouth on the sleeve. Oh, right. I think I read that they give out water for free in the upper district. That's my fault. It's a map to they have shelter, they have food too. The map to a pile of sand. What's he doing outside of the town? Well, customs won't let you in with your own sand, so why the hell would I need sand out there? Great. It's a map to a pile of food. What food? You're trying to say there's food just lying around in the desert? It'll just go to waste out there. The map to a shelter. Hmm. You know about the shelter too. Ever so slightly he ever so slightly looks around. Huh? There's a lot I know. You try to sound convincing. 10 bags you say. I'll give you 5, but if the shelter isn't there, I'll come back and give you 5 more. 5. Wax. Right to your head. With this, he shows you the small club on his belt. The deal. Great, we have some sand already. We have all we need. We have 14 bags of sand. Probably steal some from here. I don't want to steal anything though. Well, honestly, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to end it here.